So she was thanking me earlier for everything. I said I should be thanking you because I owe you a lot, you know. All these years, she and the business partners moved up all the way to the 7, and I'm up there, and I keep getting paid my monthly override. And
So the whole team.
she probably paid for this whole yes. Thanking her.
Ông Romi ông nói là mọi người đều cảm ơn ông đó, nhưng mà thật ra là ông muốn cảm ơn mọi người là tại vì nếu mà không có cái đội nhóm á, thì ông đã không có được cái chức vụ ngày hôm nay. Thì nếu mà các anh chị biết trong cái cách giải thưởng của công ty á, là giống như ngày mai Khang sẽ nói về cái đề là cái cách nhượng quyền đó. Giống như ở bên franchise, nếu mà mình mua cái franchise thì cái người franchisee sẽ được hưởng một phần lợi nhuận của những người franchisee. Thì cái công việc này như vậy, ông nói là nhờ Diễm La và nhờ tất cả mọi người chúng ta đây lên chức thì mới đẩy ông lên chức, cho nên là ông ví không, thậm chí là có thể là Diễm La đã trả tiền cho cái nhà này luôn. Cho nên đây là cái công việc rất là hay mà chúng ta nên cần phải tìm hiểu và tham gia.
Bây giờ những câu hỏi đó mình có thể cho phép mọi người quay để làm tư liệu để mà tự coi được mình không quay live nữa.
So we would like to know that we have picked out some specific questions that we think that everybody here would benefit from your expertise and your knowledge. Is that okay to record
Yes.
these
Yes.
sessions?
This training anyway, so it's not a demo.
Yes.
So we're open. I will say everything. Give you money if you want to talk about money.
Oh, okay, make it
Go
money.
live.
Yes, please.
Mấy chị quay lại được nha.
Big
Dạ,
dream.
quay lại mình trình tư liệu lại được mấy chị nha.
Quay hay là live stream?
Quay đừng có like.
Quay đúng không?
Quay thường thôi.
Quay thường thôi,
Quay
đừng có
thường
like.
thôi.
Record rồi.
Cái
Đúng
phần
rồi.
giống như phần nào mà em thấy giống như ngày mai có thể mấy chị phần nào cũng quay like thì em sẽ nói mấy chị là mấy chị quay like được.
Record rồi. For yourself only.
Yeah, don't put it on
Example.
Story
So we would like for you to start your story, your journey, how you start in the business, and then for a brief sort of history of it, and then we'll have specific questions for you.
Okay.
Like that.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm 72 years. No, 70 years old.
70 years young.
Okay, and I was 29 years old when I attended a meeting like this, and I learned about network marketing, where you could build a group, and the group grows and it grows and grows, and then you earn override on the group's thing. So that business model got stuck in my mind since I was 29 years old, 28 when I heard it, actually from a company called Amway, you know. So for the next 20 years, so at 29 years old, I literally quit my job. I don't like to work anymore. I just want to build the group, okay? So the next 20 years from that time, that was 1984, a long time ago, I quit my job. First 20 years, I was with many different companies. Amway, Herbalife, Melaleuca. I sold real estate, I sold insurance, vitamins, 20 years. So those were my training, and I learned a lot. I'm a learner. It's very important. You become a learner. You study every day. You read books. Now you watch YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos about mindset. You know, these inspirational speakers, motivational speakers. So after 20 years of trying everything, I still don't have money. I would build it, and I would lose them. I would build, I would lose them. 20 years. And then I found this company. So the next 20 years was the best time of my life. Because everything I learned from those other companies, I was able to use in our company. And it builds from my first day. Actually, I really believe God gave me this business. Because what happened was, from the very first day of my joining, I wasn't even a member yet. I went to California when I was invited. And I called a couple of friends, you know, right there after I saw the meeting. I said, I just told them I found this Japanese company, and see, being a network marketer, I'm interested in making money. So the product wasn't that much exciting for me, although I heard a lot of good stories. But I'm excited with making a lot of money. Like when I was in California on my first day, I saw this Asian guy. I forgot what he was. He brought in the office a whole bunch of application forms, and then I asked him. I said, so how did you sell that? Okay. By the way, I went to California. I had no money. My upline JB invited me, paid for my airfare, paid for my hotel, picked me up at the airport, at the hotel, bring me to the meeting with Mr. Oshiro. Mr. Oshiro was doing the meeting on a whiteboard, drawing circle in Japanese. So I didn't understand much. Now, here is one lesson. Okay. In recruiting or selling, there's this thing called pain points of a person. You know, what is the pain point of a person? My pain point is I have no money and I need money. I had no business and I need to do something. My real estate fell apart, you know. So that's my pain point. So when this Asian guy with a whole bunch of orders, I saw him and I asked him, I said, how did you make all those sales? And he said, oh, it's very simple. He said, I just do the demo, like what we did here. I just go from house to house, do the demo. I tell them, if it turns yellow, don't drink it, it's bad. It's acidic. If it's purple, it's good. Our water is purple, that's what you should drink. You know? I said, that's it? I can do that too, you know? So that made me joy. I said to myself, if this guy could do it, you know,
I can do it, right?
I can do it. I went back to New York, and sure enough, I started doing the demo. There was no tool at the time, no Facebook, no YouTube, no nothing, no. Our application form like photocopied like 100 times already. It's like so faded already, you know. It was a primitive way of doing business when I started 20 years ago. So the only tool was the pH tester. I bought $200 worth of pH tester. I said to myself, I'm gonna do this every day. Did a pH test. So 3 months, my calendar showed I did 120 demos, 40 demos each month. Wow. I became a 6A, 3 months. So my son kept that calendar that I have. He said he inspires him. 120 demo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people became groups, about 500 prospects in 3 months. 400 did not buy, but I have the 100 that bought that made me a 6A in 3 months.
Wow.
Okay, so don't worry about those who don't buy, because some people would say, how come it's so hard to convince people? Oh, I think I talked too long.
I think they all understand.
Oh, you understand?
So keep going.
You tell me to stop.
My job is easy.
Okay, so some
I think
people.
one area I want to make sure I think they know. Mr. Romi, có một điểm thôi là mình muốn nhấn mạnh chỗ này, không biết là mấy các anh chị có hiểu không? Là ông nói cái bí mật ở cái chỗ là mình biết được cái điểm yếu, cái nỗi đau của cái người đối tác. Nếu mà cái gì không biết cái nỗi đau của người đối tác thì nó sẽ không thành công. Thế nên ông nói là lúc đối với ông cái nỗi đau, cái pain point của ông là ông không có tiền, ông nghèo, ông không có biết cách nào làm. Thế nên đó là cái động lực cho ông tìm hiểu. Cho nên nếu mà các anh chị đi ra ngoài trước khi mình chia sẻ cái cơ hội này thì phải biết được là cái nỗi đau của người ta là gì. Nếu như mình chưa biết cái nỗi đau mà mình muốn chia sẻ liền thì có thể nó sẽ không thành công. Mà ngay cả mình biết được cái nỗi đau nó cũng chỉ được có 20% mà thôi. Nhưng đó là cái number game. Yeah. So I'm just trying to touch on the pain point. I think it's very important.
So that's how I got started. My first 3 months. By the end of the 6th month, okay, before we used to have a printout of how many sales, and then you see the sales on the left side coming in, and then on the right side you have the commission, and you see the total commission. So by the end of the 6th month, I see that I have 300 sales. The commission was $180,000, and I never made that kind of money in my life a long time ago. 20 months ago, that's how I got started, and I just kept on and kept on. And by the end of the year, my first year, my group was selling about 500 machines.
Wow.
Okay, a month. The key is duplication. Okay, what I did after a year, because I know, okay, this is another good point. Okay, you should be able to duplicate yourself through others. Okay, the way I did that is I created at that time a DVD. Now you don't even need it anymore because you have YouTube, and Facebook videos. So I created a DVD. I hired my son, and on my 2nd year, I distributed about 40,000 DVDs in people's homes. So people would watch my demo on the TV. Everybody had DVD player at the time because they watched it. I remember one time on my 2nd year where my wife was in another state, and it was my chance to get all the checks from the mail, and I took all the checks. This 2nd year, I called my wife, said, you know how much checks we have in the mail? $104,000. I was shocked. That was the 2nd year. It just kept on building and building. So fast forward today, like I said, last month was the first month with the bonus and everything, and the monthly checks I get, you put it all together, I made over $1.1 million. And that's with the bonus for the run. Yeah.
Cho dịch cái phần này cũng khá quan trọng, nhưng cái gì lưu ý cái phần này, ông nói là cái phần này là ông làm, cái gì nhớ là ông làm trong 3 tháng, ông làm 120 cái demo. Thì ông muốn là bây giờ ông nghĩ là bây giờ làm sao mà để nhân bản nó lên cho nó mau hơn, thì ông đã tạo ra từ ngay hồi là 20 năm về trước rồi. Hồi đó là chưa có Facebook, chưa có gì hết, thì hồi đó là có DVD, thì ông đã thâu lại cái demo của ông á, và ông phân how many thousand DVD? 40,000, 40.000 cái DVD ông send ra. Chứ không những là cho ông ta mà cho tất cả những người trong cái group của ông ta. Đấy là một cái bài học mà chúng ta, anh Khang, mình nên learn cái phần này, đúng không? Chúng ta sẽ dùng leverage, tức là mình sẽ tận dụng tất cả những, ngay cả những anh chị nói tôi không biết làm demo, nhưng mà mình có thể dùng apply những người nào có khả năng làm demo và duplicate, tức là nhân bản cái đó ra, copy nó ra. Và ông nói là cái năm thứ 2 là ông kiếm được 128.000 trong năm thứ 2, và bây giờ tới 20 năm sau thì một tháng của ông là 1.2 triệu đô.
Wow, một tháng nha mấy chị nha.
$1.2 triệu.
That was an original YouTube video. There was no YouTube then, that's the DVD. People are watching. Yeah. And then YouTube came about, and then I saw Bob Budelli did the demo now, and Daniel De Macali on YouTube. But they were based on my original DVD.
Ông nói là sau này là bắt đầu có YouTube, rồi có những người giỏi hơn, nhưng mà họ đều theo cái mẫu của ông Romi lúc ban đầu. But I heard that your demo is very simple.
Yeah.
Anybody can do, because you thought that you could do just like the other person did.
Yeah.
Which is just the pH tester.
Yeah, I only use four liquids. Aquafina, Dasani, 7-Up, and Smirnoff vodka.
Smirnoff vodka. Why vodka?
Because that's what I saw 20 years ago.
Oh. Ông chỉ có làm cái pH tester thôi, chỉ có 4 chai nước là Dasani, Aquafina, Sprite, and the vodka.
Oh, yeah, Sprite, yeah.
I'm still vẫn chưa hiểu tại sao ông dùng vodka, mà ông nói là ông hồi đó cũng bán cái rượu, cho nên ông muốn cho người ta thấy là cái hại của rượu.
Also, I try to make it short, maybe 30, 40 minutes, you know. Half is the demo, and a lot of story of people, with testimony. And then the other half is the compensation plan. I really made the compensation
But
plan.
the
as
story,
same
whose
thing.
story? Whose story at that time?
Of the people that first drank my water.
Oh.
I got all kinds of
Oh,
stories. People
okay,
who drank the
okay.
water, you know,
Okay.
that became well. So I have a lot of people who just want to drink the water. They don't even want the business, you know. Yeah. So in the beginning, that's what we were. Yeah.
Yeah. Trong thời ban đầu nó chỉ làm demo trong khoảng 40 phút, một nửa thời gian đó là làm cái demo, cái tester, còn một nửa phần còn lại là ông luôn luôn làm cái cách giải thưởng. Và ông nói là trong cái lúc mà ông làm demo là ông nói rất nhiều câu chuyện. Thì lúc nãy mình mới hỏi ông là câu chuyện gì, câu chuyện thành công của những người thành công hay là, nhưng mà ông nói là câu chuyện về những người khách hàng mà uống nước mà được có cái sự trải nghiệm tốt cho sức khỏe.
But the people who build the business very big are the ones who are good at explaining the compensation plan. Yeah.
Theo ông thì ông nói những người mà build cái business thành công nhất là những người có thể giải thích được cái cơ hội giải thưởng của
The
công ty.
business part.
Theo ý ông nói là cho nên tất cả những cái demo, những cái presentation của ông là đều nói cái cơ hội giải thưởng hết. You always do the compensation
Yeah, I
plan
always
at
do.
your
I always do.
presentation.
On all the presentations. Unless the person really stops me and said I'm not interested in next time.
Oh,
But
okay.
I always do.
Trừ khi họ nói với ông là họ không có quan tâm đến cái đó thì ông ngừng. Chứ còn ông luôn luôn nói cái cơ hội kinh doanh. Okay, so
Yeah,
now
okay.
Yim is gonna tell you a story. But before that, can I
I have a
ask-
lot of stories, but I'm waiting for your question.
yeah.
I can say a lot of stories.
Yeah. So my question to you is, when you approach people, how do you? I know you said you need to know the pain point of the person.
Mhm.
You approach them with the business opportunity, or you approach them with the health.
Okay, because previous to our business, I was doing network marketing for 20 years. So I have book binders of names of people from the different business that I was in. So I'm calling them for the purpose of the business. Said I found a good business and I want to show it to you. So I'm interested in the business.
Ông luôn là mời người ta là vì cái cơ hội kinh doanh. Còn tại vì ông nói là trong 20 năm đầu, cái gì nhớ cái câu chuyện đó, 20 năm đầu tiên là ông đã làm việc với rất nhiều 3-4 công ty network khác, cho nên ông đã vẫn có được cái lưu lại những cái danh sách đó. Cho nên khi mà ông làm cái công việc này ông thành công thì ông mới gọi hết lại những người đó. Và ông nói là ông có một cái cơ hội, cái cơ hội rất là tốt và ông muốn chia sẻ. So that's how
So
you
like
start.
after 20 years, I have seen my observations. People who are very good at selling the machine because of the water, they make some money, but then it doesn't build big the organization. But the one who are looking for people who want to do business, they are the ones whose organization grows.
Ok, đây là cái điểm mà mình cũng nên lưu ý khi em Khang với lại mình sẽ nói về ngày hôm nay. Tức là ông nói theo cái nhận thức của ông là cái kinh nghiệm của ông 40 năm qua 20 năm á, là ông thấy những người nào mà làm giỏi về demo á, sản phẩm thì cái business nó ok thôi, nó sẽ khá, nhưng mà những người mà business mà thành công như ông bây giờ là luôn luôn tập trung vào cái cơ hội kinh doanh. So your question.
So cái câu hỏi của em á là ông có thể chia sẻ cho em biết là những cái giai đoạn nào mà khó khăn nhất mà ông đã từng đi qua là gì?
Okay, so the question is, in your journey of building the Magic business, do you have any point in time that you experienced the most difficult time? And if you do, what are those?
Okay. Probably because I already have my 20 years of experience before I joined Enagic. So when I joined Enagic, I really did not have much, I would say, down experience because I already learned a lot. Number one, I learned that you have to really build a lot of things. Okay, now the way I build it might be different because like I said, I did not strategize, we didn't know anything, like those 2 by 2 by 2, we didn't even do that. I only have one position. Everybody I sign directly underneath me. So I already learned, so my strategy was just that's why I'm that's 12. I probably recruit 50 sideways, direct to me. But the 12 built because I found out that if you have people who are strong, and I had those leaders, they're dash 3, dash 4, they left me. And they said, Romi, if we leave you, your check gonna go down because they're the biggest thing when I was starting. They went to a different business. Your check will go down. There's so many competition about the water, about the product. They tell me all kind of negative things. I already learned not to listen. Okay, so I didn't care about what they say, even though they're high in rank, because I have other groups, and then another group, and then another group picked up. So it didn't matter if they left because I have the other groups building. Yeah. The bad part is if you're depending on one leg and that leg falls apart, and then so it's good to have many legs. I mean that's just mine.
Thì ông nói là ông cũng không có hẳn là ông có những cái kinh nghiệm gì mà về khó khăn. Tại vì các anh chị nhớ là ông nói trong 20 năm đầu ông đã trải nghiệm những cái công ty khác và ông đã học được cái cách để làm. Như ông cũng có khuyên là chúng ta để làm cái công việc thành công là do you think that you advise them that they need to be trained, build mindset, learn to become a better person because of your experience in the first 20 years in business.
Yeah.
So they at least have that in training
that's
in the
very,
system.
very important. Okay, building a huge organization is a combination of mindset and skill set. Those two. The mindset is like when I quit my job at 29, my mindset was I'm going to make it. I remember this guy Eric was said, I'm gonna climb this mountain. You're gonna see me dead on the side of the mountain or waving at the top. I remember that. Like, I'm gonna go up. I mean, you only have one life. I have to make it to my millionaire dream. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna quit. Because the moment you doubt and you quit, and then after reaching my age, now I've seen many of my friends get discouraged and they quit and they switch to other business. One time they would say, "Oh, God gave me this business." Next thing you know, they're in another business. So I said, "I thought you said God gave you the business. Why are you in another business now?" So the mindset of not quitting is very important. You don't give up on your dream. I remember one time, and it became well known when my son told me, my son Jason said, "Dad, why don't you drive an ice cream truck?" Because he was driving an ice cream truck. He was a teenager. I said, "Why are you telling me that, Jason?" "Because you're so poor, Dad. You have no money. I'm borrowing $20 from my own son." I said, "Jason, no. I'm not poor. I'm a rich man who is broke." I just don't have money now, but I'm going to be rich again. I'm not poor. I'm a rich man who is broke. Because I experienced succeeding previously already. Yeah? So you hold on to that growth, experience of success, and you just keep on moving forward. Mr. Oshiro, I learned from him. He said, you just keep moving forward. Don't be afraid of making a mistake. You'll correct it, you know, if you make a mistake, but you move forward every day.
Tức là trở lại cái phút đầu lúc mà ông nói đó, là ông nói là tất cả chúng ta đều sẽ có những cái khó khăn, những người ta bỏ cuộc, những người ta nói này nói kia, nói tiêu cực. Nhưng mà nếu mà mình cứ tiếp tục mình đi làm, và cái đặc biệt của ông là trong thời gian đầu ông bỏ rất nhiều người cái hàng ngang. Rồi từ ông nói là hình như là phải tới 50 người trên cái hàng ngang của ông á. Rồi trong 50 người đó là có 12 người là thật sự build cái business. Và thậm chí có những người ngay tại xuống dưới 6A2-3-4 đã nghỉ quit và làm những chuyện coi như là đổi qua cái network khác luôn. Nhưng mà vì ông không bao giờ bỏ cuộc, ông nghĩ là ông sẽ tiếp tục tới, ông đã học được rất là nhiều thứ, cho nên ông khuyên tất cả chúng ta nếu muốn thành công trong công việc này là phải có hai điều này. Một cái là cái tư duy, và cái thứ hai là cái kỹ năng. Chúng ta phải tiếp tục luôn luôn đào tạo, trau dồi hai cái kỹ năng này. Là tư duy là tư duy làm giàu, tư duy không có bỏ cuộc. Và bằng chứng là ông đã có rất nhiều người đã bỏ cuộc, đã khuyên ông là không có thành công, nhưng mà bây giờ ông đã được thành công. Thì chúng ta đã thấy cái gương như vậy rồi.
Now, related to that experience of being down, okay, what makes me excited and high? Every day I'm high. Every day I'm excited. Okay, and I have a source where I get that excitement. Okay? And it might not be, some people might not believe it, but I read the Bible every day. I know all the stories of all those characters in the Bible, who they were down and they trusted in God and God lifted them up. I know the story of David. Remember David who killed Goliath? So I imagine myself like those characters. You know? David killed the Goliath. I'm gonna kill all the problems. Joseph, remember Joseph? He was thrown by his brother on a pit. He became a prisoner. He ended up becoming a prince of Egypt. So I know all those stories and all the different characters. I learned how Solomon is the richest man that ever, because of his wisdom. I imagine myself like Moses. Remember Moses freed a lot of slaves out of Egypt, brought them to the promised land. Like even now, I imagine myself like that. Like I'm like a kind of Moses. I help a lot of people bring to the promised land of Pelagic, you know, and make money and be wealthy. So you gotta have a model to pattern your life. It cannot be blank, you know. It's like a kind of meaning. You're a meaning-seeking beings, you know. So you have to have a vision, a pattern, all those things. So I go by what's called principles. I got all those principles in my head. I learned.
Ông nói là thì chúng ta đây cũng biết là bên người Phi và Mỹ đây là cái đạo chính là đạo Việt Thiên Chúa giáo, thì cũng là Thiên Chúa giáo, cho nên những cái câu chuyện ông nói thì mình biết, nhưng mà hầu như rất là nhiều các anh chị là bên Phật giáo thì không, là ý ông nói là mình nên phải có một cái nền tảng gì đó mà mình đi theo. Ông khi mà ông đọc sách Kinh Thắng thì ông đã, của bên những người Do Thái đó, hồi xưa đó, thì ông luôn luôn nghĩ rằng là ông là những cái nhân vật này đã làm cái gì cho nhân loại, và ông ví ông như là như vậy. Cho nên nếu mà ngay cả anh chị ở những người ở tôn giáo khác thì mình phải có một cái nền tảng, một cái sự tín ngưỡng về tâm linh chẳng hạn, để các anh chị, để nó làm cái cơ bản trong cái cuộc đời của mình. Tại vì trong khi nào mình làm việc thì mình sẽ có những cái va chạm với người, cho nên nếu mà mình không có cái principle, mình không có cái cơ bản ấy, thì nhiều khi nó sẽ khó thành công. Cho nên ổng làm theo những cái cơ bản đó.
And you should be able to handle those down through those some principles that you know what keeps you up. For example, yesterday, my sister-in-law called me on the phone. Like she was freaking out because she lives in a house owned by me and my wife in New York. My two sister-in-law, younger than my wife. And there's a white fence on the property in New York. And a student driver with a teacher. The student probably doesn't know what to do. He ran over my beautiful white fence into my yard inside, and the fence got blocked down. And my sister-in-law said, "Come here, Romi." Like, I'm here, you know. She said, "No, I'm not gonna go there." Call Matt. Matt is the one who handled the different real estate. but I called my other brother-in-law. I said, I mean, that's just like a wrecked fence, you know. I'm not gonna go there. I'm here. I'm enjoying here. I have a meeting here today, so I don't worry things like this, you know. I said, look at Donald Trump, you know. He used to worry about Iran and Israel and all the war between Ukraine, all these things. Like, he sleeps well, I think. So me too, you know. I mean, don't be down.
Nói là mình đừng có bị down ha. Ông nói là mình phải có cái cơ bản, mình phải có cái lập trường để mà rồi khi mà những cái chuyện nó xảy ra mình sẽ nó không có làm cho mình bị tiêu cực, nó giảm cái năng lượng của mình đi.
Yeah, and so many times in the Bible, Jesus said, "Do not fear, do not fear, do not fear." So many times he said, because when you fear and when you doubt, you're done. You're going down, you know?
Không bao giờ sợ, nó không bao giờ sợ. Nếu mà sợ mà mình nghi ngờ, từ khi mình sợ nghi ngờ là mình xong rồi đó.
So, cái câu hỏi của em á là nếu trong cái phòng này nè có những người mà làm rất là lâu rồi nhưng mà chưa có thấy kết quả rõ ràng thì theo ổng là họ đang thiếu điều gì?
So the question is, in this room there are quite a few people here that have tried this business a long time, but have not had any good results. So what do you advise them to do to keep going?
Like, if I ask you, show me what you did the whole day yesterday, I'm gonna know why you're not making it. Just give me a sample of your day, or make it 2 days, or make it a whole week. Forget, if I see your whole week, then it's your fault. You know? You're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm telling you. Now, again, that's why I read a lot of books. Human beings, we are all addicted, you know, addicted to our daily routine. You gotta know how to break your addiction, you know, because the reason why you are where you are is because of all the thoughts that you think and all the acts that you acted. Okay, and that brought you to where you are today, whether you're broke or whether you're wealthy, you know. And you will see it's because of that pattern. You're gonna watch your pattern. Check what you do. Remember, I was telling you it's a combination of mindset and skill set. So you probably don't have the skill set of selling. For instance, when I started, it took me, I did demonstration right away. Remember I told you I do about 40 demo on my first month. Some people do 40 demo in a year, some in 2 years, some in 3 years. But you see how I built so fast? Because once you do the first demo, you know, and you do the second demo, you know what mistakes you did on the first. By the third demo, you're better than the first two. By the time you go your 10th demo, you're better than the first 9. Could you imagine 40 demo I have in 1 month? I'm an expert on my first month. Some people become expert in 3 years. because they don't do the 40 demo. Why prolong? Do it. Okay, so you have to master, it's so simple. Prospecting, what you say on the phone.
That's what I want to ask.
Yeah, to let you come to their house. You have to master prospecting, you have to master the demo, you have to master the home plan, you have to master your stories, how you tell your stories. You have to master all those things. And they are all covered by many like sales training. They're all over YouTube now.
Yeah. Thì ông nói là
Eric Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cái câu hỏi của Diễm là cái gì, cái tại sao không có kết quả, thì ông nói cái câu hỏi đầu tiên ông sẽ hỏi chúng ta là ông cho ông coi cái lịch của các anh chị. Cái lịch của anh chị, nếu mà anh chị nói là đang làm công việc này thì cái lịch của cái mình nó có cho thấy là mình đang làm cái công việc này không? Đó là cái điều mà tại sao mình không có thành công. Rồi ông có nhắc là trong công việc này mình phải có cái mindset và cái skill set, có nghĩa là cái tư duy và cái kỹ năng. Thì trong cái kỹ năng đó nó có những vấn đề mà mình cần phải học hỏi. Ông khuyên là chúng ta nên đọc sách nhiều để mà đào tạo cho mình những cái kỹ năng đó. Kỹ năng như là prospecting, có nghĩa là mời người, kỹ năng làm demo, kỹ năng nói về cách giải quyết, kỹ năng follow up. Như hồi xưa là giống như cụ nhớ hồi xưa là mình chỉ học cái đó trong sách vở thôi, nhưng mà bây giờ nó ra YouTube, nó rất là everywhere rồi, cho nên là rất là dễ học những cái đó, cho nên mình không có cái cớ mà mình không có thể nào đào tạo cho mình những cái kỹ năng đó để mình trở thành, tại mình chưa có đủ cái lý do để mình làm thôi.
Rồi, bây giờ câu hỏi của em đó là có những cái đội nhóm trong hệ thống của ổng á, có kết quả rất là nhanh. Vậy theo ổng á là cái điều gì mà tạo ra bứt phá đó, online hay là offline, hay là cách của họ làm kết hợp cả hai?
So the question is, there are groups in your organization that are building the business very fast. You hear? So what is it about them? What did they do differently that set them apart, that kind of really create such a bust, a growth in your organization? Do they do it the traditional way, offline? Do they do online, or do they both?
Okay. This is very important. Okay. This will be the big picture of the whole company. Okay? Because like I'm observing. Okay, it seems like there are 3 different groups in our company today. 3. The first group are the older ones like myself, maybe from, I would say, age 45 and above. Okay, we are like the pure old way of doing sales. We are the old salesman. Okay. And the beginning of my business, our business, that's the only way we knew. And then we have the middle group. I would say between 35 to 45. Okay. I think many members here are around the middle group. Okay. And then we have the younger group. Let's say 20 to 35, they're called the Gen Z. Okay. The 45 or 50 and above, like myself, Daniel De Macali, all those old timers that you know, even Cynthia, you know. Our way is really fading away. Okay. Also, we are older. We don't have as much energy as the younger anymore. Okay, now you're the middle group. I could see. Okay, you are in between the older and this younger who are fast. Okay, now I'm fortunate because I get to see many of the leaders and I get to talk, so I see what everybody's doing. The whole, you have to be aware of this, okay? Because you're on the middle. You're on the middle. You gotta understand that. The younger one, like I just came from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. There were 200 people, 80% Filipinos, young Filipinos, 20 to maybe 35. And they came from all over the world. They don't do business the way we do, like the demo. No. They do everything online. Online. Because they're young. They know how to use the cell phone and get customers, and they say, why would I go to somebody's house to do a demo? I could send them a YouTube to watch. You know, they buy or they don't. So I would say before the pandemic, okay, you gotta be aware of this. Before the pandemic, the sales is probably 50-50 already. 50 is being sold, or maybe more of the old-time way of selling and less of the online. That 2019 is the pandemic, 2020. I got stuck in the Philippines. That's where I see, because I'm at the top, how Enagic was changing. Because pandemic came, 2020 March, I got stuck in the Philippines. I said to myself, oh my gosh, what's gonna, when previous to Enagic, I experienced business falling down and really I would go broke and I had no money. I'm telling you, because I was in that company Herbalife in the 80s. Herbalife had problems, like bad publicity on the television, and I lost my organization. I lost my house to foreclosure. My car was towed away, disappeared outside my house. My house was padlocked. We were homeless. I was homeless. My wife got so mad at me, she divorced me. I mean, we came back together, but when you're hard up, you go to all these different things, you know. So we got separated. I got 2 sons. I literally was homeless. I remember walking in Chinatown on a Christmas day with no family, no money, no nothing. I literally was homeless on the street. That was a long time ago. You know?
Make me cry.
Well, what got me is this spirituality. Yeah, your spirit has to be solid, because if your spirit breaks out, then your outward life breaks apart. Once your spirit is solid, then you remember. Anyway, I believe God will restore me. Okay, and He really did. My first day in Enagic, I made a few calls. Cynthia joined me. My other friend, Franny from Chicago, joined me. Between those two, on my first day, I'm a dash 8 today. Just imagine that? The first 2 people I spoke on my first day. I'm a 0A. I'm not even a 1A yet. I told my friend Franny, give me your credit card. I'm gonna join you into this Japanese company. We'll do the business. He gave me his credit card. And then Cynthia Briganti, under Cynthia, she was my first prospect. So God gave me this business. How did I get to the topic? What was the question?
Three types of generation.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to the third set. The third group.
Let me translate first and then
Okay.
Rồi ông nói là theo cái sự gì? Nhận xét của ông á, thì ông nhận thấy là trong những người mà làm công việc canh nó chia làm 3 nhóm. Một nhóm là những người lớn tuổi như ông trở đi, tức là theo ông là 45-50 tuổi trở đi. Nhóm mình giữa là từ 35 cho đến 45-50. Ông nghĩ là chúng ta đều là cỡ khoảng giữa đó. Không biết đúng không? mình thích nằm trên cái nhóm ngọt đúng rồi. Rồi cái nhóm trẻ hơn là từ 25 cho đến 35. Thì cái cách thức mà những người cái lứa tuổi lớn mình thì làm cái kiểu hồi xưa đó, làm demo này nọ. Còn những tuổi trẻ bây giờ thì ông nói là tụi nó không còn muốn đi làm demo, là muốn việc. Nhưng mà ý ông là mình nói là mình nên có những cái lứa tuổi đó vô. Tại vì tụi nó rất là quen thuộc với công nghệ. Nó dùng phone nó không còn phải đi tới nhà người ta làm demo nữa. Nó có thể dùng demo, nó nhấn một cái là bên kia nhận được liền. Cho nên mình nên tập trung vào những cái lứa tuổi đó. Còn những cái tuổi sồn sồn của chúng ta thì chắc mình phải biết cả hai, chứ không thì mình sẽ bị mất quyền lợi. Và ông nói cái vấn đề là mình phải bên trong mình phải mặt, tại vì ông nói là nhiều khi nó bất cứ cái gì nó xảy ra, cái sự cố gì nó xảy ra mà nếu mình không có mặt ở bên trong, mình không có trong cái tâm linh của mình không có yên ổn đó, thì mình sẽ dễ bị vỡ. Thì ông nói một thời là ông làm bên is that Herbalife không? Herbalife là bên nó hồi đó là không biết là như có bị tiếng tăm gì đó trên TV, trên đài truyền hình nó nói xấu về công ty như thế nào đó, nhưng mà là nguyên cả một cái đội nhóm của ông tan rã hết, và ông đã bị mất nhà, mất xe, và ngay cả vợ của ông cũng bỏ ông luôn. Trong thời kỳ sau này họ lại gặp nhau lại, nhưng mà trong cái thời gian mà chia coi như là chia ly đó, là cũng rất là, nếu mà ông không có cái sự yên ổn ở trong lòng, ở trong tâm hồn ấy, thì ông đã là thua rồi, mất rồi. Nhưng mà nhờ đó ông đã, cho nên theo ý ông tin là ở bên trên thượng đế giúp ông build cái business United. Tại vì cái người đầu tiên mà ông mời là bây giờ là người đưa ông lên tới cái chức vị cấp 8. Người đầu tiên, không biết ở đây mình có ai may mắn vậy không? Diễm chắc em có may mắn vậy hả? Người đầu tiên mà ông nhận ra là cái người làm thành công mà đưa ông lên. I told him, I don't know anybody can be lucky as you, so it has to be from God to give you that. Because I don't think anybody can be the first person that build a business successfully for you.
Yeah. But still, like I said, it's a combination of mindset, okay, and skill sets. For instance, although I got that guy, Franny, his name is Franny from Chicago. Actually, he's older than me. If I'm 70 now, he's probably towards his 80s. Okay, so 20 years ago, the people that I brought in, we were in our 40s. Okay, 20 years ago, 40s and between 40 and 50. So they are now in their 60s and 70s like me, the original ones from 20 years ago when I started. But you are on the middle. I would say 35 to 45 and 50. Okay, but this is what I observed, which is very important. Like the 50s and above, the 60s, we're literally fading away. Because I talked to them and they could not figure out how to go back and do sales and again, you know. When pandemic came, March of 2020, I was in the Philippines and all the airport locked down. I was stuck at my house in the Philippines, and thank God I was there. Because I have a beautiful house in the Philippines with mango trees and a big yard. But the pandemic is happening in New York. And I'm watching like on the news like, oh, thank God I'm not in New York during the pandemic. But this is what scared me at the time. Because I experienced my business falling apart previously, like I said in Herbalife. I said, is my business now gonna fall apart like the way it happened to me in Herbalife? Because when pandemic came, nobody could go from house to house to do the demo.
Right.
None. I said, oh my gosh, my business will fall down now. Nobody's doing demo. Everything is locked. I called Tomo in California. Tomo, how's the sales? At the end of March, oh, it's the same. What? April came. April. the initial pandemic thing, but nobody goes to them. How's the sales going? It went up. What? Nobody is doing demo, and the sales are going up. June, it still goes up. I tell you, my biggest years are during the pandemic. It keeps on going up because of the onliner, the younger people. They found out our company. They discovered Inagic, these young people, and they said what they like with our company is it's a high ticket item, because most of this younger generation who knows how to sell online, they're selling little items.
So, we talk about the pandemic, the COVID.
The COVID, yeah.
With three of us. Hoa, Tony, and me, we went to Arizona. We worked 18 days. My downline was 6 days.
Wow.
At COVID time.
At COVID time, wow.
And then when we come back, we all get COVID. Yep. And then we still working. We don't give up. And that's why you say all the sales go up.
Yours are different.
Yeah.
The Vietnamese people are growing.
Oh yeah, we grown
because
so much.
like Sincha is 7, and then Dang Nguyen is 7, and you're 7. You've been going up and going up.
Yeah.
For some reason, the COVID didn't like stop you from doing it. It's probably because of the closeness of your community. Yeah, your community is very close to each other.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to emphasize that at
Yeah.
that time we've been working hard. At the
Yes,
time.
yes. So that adds up also to the growth.
Yes.
But then I found out these onliners. What happened there is these young people, they brought in their expertise in social media. They grew up on the cell phone, you know, the 20 up to, I would say, around 35 years old. And I see some younger people here, so you're still close to that experience, you know. But they grew up here and they do everything on their cell phone and their laptop. So like here's the big difference, okay? Like I was in Dominican Republic, like I said, 200 people, 80% are Filipino. They're young. See how we gathered here today, and on the gathering of the onliner, you're gonna see all of them with the tripods talking to their cell phone. All of them. You see them in San Diego when you see them in San Diego, because they are trained. Okay, you call it a framework. A framework. What is a framework? By the way, I learned this from 2 years ago, because when I learned what the onliners are doing, that's why I have a YouTube channel today. I have a YouTube channel close to 10 million subscribers. Do you know that Fox News have 15 million? Another 5 million, and I have as many watchers as the Fox News. Except my subscribers are all over the world.
Romi's new.
The Fox News are probably United States, but that's how much subscribers I have. You're not gonna find, very few people have over 10 million subscribers.
YouTube pay you a lot of money too.
I could post something now, every day I get over 1 million views. Every day, 1 million views.
Well, all our line right here, sir.
So it could be learned. Now, I learned everything. The good thing is, I have plenty of time to study. I'm more free than most people, you know, because I don't have to work for the money anymore. So I enjoy learning and I enjoy studying. I could do 10, 20 videos in a day. I was just doing one video this early morning there myself, you know. And I was saying to myself, because I'm gonna post it later. I said, when I was in Dominican Republic, one lady said, I saw your videos, like, I wonder if this Romi Verdera is real or is it just an
Maybe AI.
They're like faceless channels now. You don't even know who the person is, you know. You don't know if it's a real person or an AI. So I made a video today. I said, I'm real. My name is Romi. I live here in Port Charlotte. Look, my dog is barking at the back. And the sun is rising. I'm real. And I said, the reason why you see a lot of my videos every day is 10, 20. I cannot shoot 10, 20 videos in a day. Those are my AIs.
Yeah.
But I tell them what to say. I write the script of what they say. I actually can shoot myself now or tell my AI to say a whole story and then click something and my AI will speak it in Vietnamese. I'll do that.
Các anh chị hiểu hết ông nói gì
Yeah.
chứ đâu cần phải dịch đúng không?
Mấy cái phôi nào mà hay anh nghĩ anh Thưởng nên dịch ra.
Tức là
Và-
ý ông nói là mình nên hiểu về cái online, tức là sau khi ông nói về cái bị Covid đó, cái thời kỳ đại dịch đó, là ông cứ nghĩ là cái business của ông nó sẽ bị coi như là tan rã giống như cái đợt trước vậy. Nhưng mà khi mà ông trở về, không, ông gọi điện cho ông Somo thì ông rất là ngạc nhiên khi mà nghe nói là tháng 4 cái năm 2020 là lúc cái tháng sau mà cái bị dịch thì cái sale của cái nhóm của ông nó không những là giảm mà nó còn tăng nữa, rồi tháng 6 tăng lên, nó tăng nữa thì theo ông biết là nhờ vào cái business online, nhờ vào business online thì rất là nhiều người trẻ đã nhân cái dịp đó, người ta không có đi làm được, nó ở nhà, và tại vì cái cơ hội kinh doanh của Việt chị của mình á là những cái sản phẩm của mình là những sản phẩm đẳng cấp cao tiền, cho nên nó mới có nhiều cái tiền hoa hồng, thì cái đó là cái điều nó thu hút những người trẻ, theo ông là như vậy. Còn nếu mà tụi nó mà ấy mà chỉ lấy vài đồng như là trong những cái network khác thì nó sẽ không có lôi cuốn được mấy cái lứa tuổi đó. Thì cho nên là ông mới khuyên là và bây giờ rất là dễ, và ông đã làm cái YouTube channel của ông là nó có tới 10 triệu view, 10 triệu người follow, cho nên là ông khuyên là chúng ta cần phải nên bắt buộc là mình phải theo cái công nghệ, nếu mà không theo công nghệ thì mình sẽ bị bỏ rơi. Và ông nói là những người lớn tuổi như ông trong cái công việc này thì bây giờ càng ngày nó sẽ càng mờ đi và không còn, và những cái lứa tuổi trẻ nó sẽ càng ngày nó càng lên. Thì nếu mình không có tiếp cận cái công nghệ thì mình sẽ bị bỏ rơi chắc chắn luôn.
Yeah. So actually, my point is, you being at that middle, okay, us being at the oldies, let's call them oldies or seniors, the one that joined me 20 years ago, you're in the middle, okay, and then you have the Gen Z, again the 1835 who grew up on the cell phone. Like I have a grandkid who's like 2 years old. When he holds my phone, I see how like he would. They know it's natural to them, not to us, you know. So my point is, being in our business in Angie, you're looking forward to, they call it legacy, to the next generation. Like what I built in my business now goes to my 2 sons. You know, it's set up already. Now, here's the thing. You will, I myself, and I would say even you, if you're over 35, okay, around 35 and 40 and above, you will never be as good anymore, I believe, as these young people. Even because I tried it for 2 years, I tried to do the online, but like I said, the thing is, like I'm making so much money already, like kind of funny, you know. Because, without the bonus, I make about 300. I make about $4 million a year. You know? That's about $1 million every 3 months. That's about over $10,000 per day. Okay, which means, and that's without that bonus that I got. You know, that bonus increased again because I went up in rank. Okay, because I have plenty of time to study. Although I learned the online way of this different group of mine, the way I use that online thing is for my ministry. Like if you go to my YouTube and channel, I talk about Jesus and God, you know. because that was my first, I would say, when I was younger, first love is I want to become a priest and a pastor, you know. So now that I'm free, I feel like I could do them now. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. But if I want to use all those YouTube views and things to sell more machines and to recruit more people, I know how to do it because I see how my different groups do it. Okay, and my point in my telling you this now is like, although I acknowledge that I really see you will never be as good as those younger people, you could learn more, okay? Spend some time learning it so you could have those younger people under your group. You know at least what to tell them. Like I have my friend Franny, who is a dash 3, but underneath him is a dash 7, who is an onliner balas. And as a dash 3, he makes $40,000 a month. Just because he has an onliner underneath him. And all the onliners are under my friend Franny. He's 8 years old. He's one of my, that's my first recruit. 20 years ago, my friend Franny, and he's living good.
Just one more, sir. Like you say, that 3, but all the people down underneath, they're assembled where they're can't know. He can tell you live right now.
Mm-hmm.
How much he got the money. He can tell. Can you please, sir? Okay.
Oh yeah.
He just saying like he got a downline at that 3, but a lot of under that 3, that 5, that 6, that 7, and the other guy made a lot of money. But he's the story he tell. But you the live story right here. I want you to tell how much you got the money.
Yes. I'm at the, in the airport organization from him, direct with them. With the last month, I got 47K.
There you go.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah,
say about 40, 50,000.
Yeah, there's a
Because
lot.
I want you to prove to everybody that a live witness right there. Because what you say is the story.
Yeah.
But he a live witness. That's what
Yeah,
I want you to say.
yeah.
Make it more stronger. Thank you, An.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm telling you, I could tell you a whole lot of stories of like, it's not the rank because it's like how it's positioned. There are dusters that make a whole lot of money, you know, at that rank. I only gave my friend Franny as an example because he doesn't do almost nothing. He's 80 years old.
80?
Yeah,
80 years old.
don't post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
80. He's 10 years older than me. I recruited him 20 years ago. You know, my friend. But what I'm happy that
Because you help.
without doing nothing, almost nothing, he's making that because he's got onliner underneath him.
Thì ông nói là ông có một cái người mà là 10 tuổi hơn ông, là một trong những cái người đầu tiên mà ông đưa vô đó lên chức vụ 62/3. Nhưng mà dưới cái ông này, what's his name,
Franny.
Franny, là dưới ông này là có cái thằng trẻ là thằng Dallas, hình như là các anh chị cũng biết, nó mới lên gặp 7 đó, là nó làm online đó. Mà cái ông Franny này là không làm gì hết luôn, hầu như là không có làm gì hết mà được hưởng cái như quyền cái tiền franchise. Các anh chị thấy không, ngày mai mình sẽ nói cái vấn đề đó, là hơn 40.000 mỗi tháng từ cái người này. Cho nên nhiều khi mình chỉ cần, có nhiều người nói ô tôi không biết ai hay tôi không có thời gian, mình chỉ cần kết nối đúng một người mà cái người đó mình sẽ ảnh hưởng, mình sẽ được hưởng suốt đời. It's so important. Some people say, "Oh, I don't have time." You know, all you got to do is to connect the right one.
You got to find that right one. Okay. So what I'm saying is, like I said, I would say I went to Australia, for instance. Again, Australia, 500 of them, young women. Out of 500, 80% or probably 90% are all women. And they're all young women, and I spoke on the stage. I was like their grandpa, you know. And their leader is a young lady with 3 kids, 5-year-old and younger. Her name is Christy, and she would appear on YouTube or Facebook. Sometimes even breastfeeding her baby. When she's like, yeah, I don't want to work. I just want to make money in my living room, you know. And she's the head of that group in Australia, and they learn everything online, and they're all young, you know. And I tell you how this thing works. I was doing a meeting in New York at the office, doing a demo. It was maybe 2 years ago. And then a young lady from, I think, Virginia came to my meeting because he knew I was going to do a demo at the office in New York. And then this Filipina said, wow, this is the first time I saw a demo. And she's a 6A. I said, so, how did you become a 6A? Online. They don't demo. I'm just telling you the reality. So I was, okay, I can tell stories. I was doing a meeting in New York one time. A young black lady from Boston flew. The meeting was 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock she was there already. And she flew from Boston to New York. And we were doing a meeting about the Wagyu beef, you know. And then we spoke. So her name is Sandra. Apparently Sandra, this young black lady, became a 682 in 11 months. 11 months. So I said, how did you learn about the business? Oh, I just saw like make money online, and I signed up. I even know the one that he signed up to. She's from Canada. Another black couple that was with me in a cruise or in Cancun seminar. But anyway, Sandra said, yeah, I'm 682, 11 months. I just made 100,000 last month. And I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I'm a doctor. I'm telling my other doctor friends, you know, this is it, you know. This is it. Online, you know. And then I was even shocked because I said, I realized, I mean, she went to medical school, she's a doctor, so she must have money. And she bought, I've never met anybody that bought a septetta, like 7 positions like that, you know. That's what she did. So I only signed septettas, you know. Not even trifecta or quadfecta, septettas. Like 7 positions. That's how I became a DAS 11. I see him in different conventions online. Now, she signed up under a lady. I knew her name. His name is Agape because I met him. This young couple in black couple in Cancun. They told me their story. Said Romi, they're now DAS 3, about to become DAS 4. Okay, said Romi, me and my husband, I only make 40,000 a year on my job. My husband had no job, and then we found this thing, make money online. So we joined. So we tried it. It was so hard. We tried to get leads by posting on Facebook. We followed the instruction, and then we had 20 leads on one day, 30 leads. When it hit 50 leads, then we sold. Okay, wow, so it takes 50 leads. It's like what we call prospect, they call leads, you know. So 50 leads, and then 100 leads in one day. And then it started like rolling. So he told, the husband said, okay, if we could make, they made about 60,000. If we could make 60,000 in this thing, why don't you just quit your job of 40,000 and we both do it? And they did. They made over 100,000. Now they're making a lot. They're DAS 3s, you know. And they told me when we saw this thing, how to make money online, we did not pass for the financing. Me and my husband had to drive Uber to raise the money so we could buy a machine and join the business. I tell you things that people do. And then now we were in, I was in Dominican Republic. I was supposed to go there. Agape and I forgot, Atkin, the husband. Aren't you going to Punta Cana with us? Oh no, We have a meeting with like 40 business people, you know. And they have grown so big. I see them on YouTube, but online. Now, here's the. So what I'm saying is pay attention to online, because the younger generation after you, if you're looking to be in this energy business for the rest of your life, you know, you might as well know that the younger generation, 20 to 35, is not gonna do demo. They won't do demo because they have a framework. Okay, this is what they call framework. They teach everybody. There's one lady cut. Oh, you wanna say something?
To translate.
I guess before you go into that part is very important. Cái ý là ông nói là
Let you get something from the room.
tóm tắt lại là ông nói là bây giờ ông đã nhận ra là rất nhiều người trẻ đã tới, tại vì ông vẫn làm những cái demo bình thường là tặng như vậy, nhưng mà những cái người mà tới đó ông nói là có nhiều người lên 6A 6A2 mà chưa bao giờ từng làm demo luôn, thì họ rất là ngạc nhiên khi mà thấy ông vẫn còn làm demo như kiểu hồi xưa. Thì ông nhận ra là càng ngày càng nhiều người trẻ họ làm thành công. Thì mình cũng biết bên kia họ làm online, thì ông chuẩn bị ông sẽ nói ra cái framework, có nghĩa là cái mô hình làm online như thế nào. Thì nó đúng mà ông nói là mình là những người lứa tuổi ở khoảng giữa cho đến cái khoảng lớn tuổi, thì nếu mà mình muốn, tại vì càng ngày mình sẽ cái công việc của mình sẽ càng ngày mình sẽ càng già đi, mà nếu mình không hiểu được cái cách làm online ấy, thì thứ nhất là mình không có lôi cuốn họ, mình không hút khách họ như được. Thứ hai là nếu mình không biết cái cách làm thì làm sao mà mình hướng dẫn họ để cho họ làm cái con online. Cho nên cái này rất hay, nên mình phải có cái cách nào đó để trung hòa giữa cái làm truyền thống và mình làm online.
Em cho em hỏi này, xíu nữa ông ra đó, em có một cái ý kiến như vậy, ok? Thì có nhiều người giống như là em, giờ em muốn recruit một người, right? Thì starting cái conversation như thế nào? Cái đó là cái còn những cái success thì đương nhiên là bọn em cũng always wanna reach to that point, right? Nhưng mà cái beginning á, khi mà anh gặp một người anh muốn là mời người ta vô thì anh nói như thế nào để cho người ta nghe, để cho người ta
cũng có nói
cái đó mình có cái section after cái câu hỏi của Chief trước rồi em hỏi cái này, nhưng mà tất cả thì em nghĩ là nó đều gói gọn ở trong cái kỹ năng của mình hết. Nó có trong những cái buổi để mà mình phải phát triển cái kỹ năng đó, thì em sẽ có được cái câu trả lời của em.
Anh nói đó, mình phải coi cái người phát
Cái pain
phải cần cái gì,
cái pain
cái
point.
pain point đó phải cần cái gì. Giống như chị Diễm chỉ cần ly cà phê mà chị đem đi nước trà chứ đâu có chịu. Cái point của người ta muốn cà phê để mình đưa ly cà phê cho người ta là người ta vui lòng thôi.
cái mình cần nghe ông nói là làm sao những người đi kia làm online mà thành công. Nhưng mà ông nói cũng có nói một câu là có một cái người kia là họ làm đó là họ phải có 50 cái lít mới bán được, với có người kia ở hàng, đúng không? 50 cái lít rồi từ từ nó lên rồi. Thì bây giờ làm sao mà mình có được 50 cái lít đó, 50 ông nói là cách mình mời người đó, thì cách là mình sẽ làm sao để mình có được cái lý là trên cái mạng xã hội của mình, đó là cái cách mà mình cần phải biết.
It's time for S7S.
Nghĩa là cái
Yeah, I think so.
Nói chung cho tụi mình nghe nè, mình phải biết ta ngứa ở đâu gãi ở đó, ngứa chỗ đó gãi ngay dính.
thấy chưa? Không? Mình thấy rồi.
đây. Welcome back.
Rồi mình vỗ tay cái nữa cho
Romi. Wow. Có kìa.
Okay, give you an example. Katrina.
Oh.
Katrina. Filipina. She was the one who did the training at Punta Ana. I met her 3 years ago in Cancun, Mexico. She was just starting, but last 2 weeks ago she did the training on the online, okay, on one of the sessions. Her training is what you post on Facebook, because they all get their list from Facebook, you know. There's a thing called framework. Framework is, okay, see how in less than 2 years, I have 2,300 videos that I posted on YouTube that got me close to 10 million subscribers. They are called shorts, okay? Because people who watch YouTube or Facebook or videos, they're not gonna watch 10, 15, half an hour video. They're gonna get bored. This is proven already. Human beings, they say they're like fish. They go there and then they go away. You see how they get bored? Their attention span is so small. They're gonna click away in the first 5, 10, 15 seconds. So short videos is the thing now. You see the TikTok, they're very short. The Facebook Reels, they're short. They're all 1 minute, 1, 2, 3 minutes. YouTube extended it to 3 minutes. So YouTube shorts are 3 minutes. So I myself must have made 2,300 shorts in the last 2 years that got me to 10 million viewers, okay? Because the way you get leads is you connect to people out there. Okay, the same thing as when you make a phone call to go to your prospect's house. Okay, so their way is different. So now, this is Katrina's framework. And this is what everybody on social media do. That you have to, I mastered that shorts thing. Okay, I would post something now, I could watch in a few hours. I'm gonna have 5,000, 10,000 views on that short that I post. You know, the framework is applying to our business. What were you before you joined the business? Okay, and everybody have again pain points. You know, everybody have their sad story. I'm broke. My boss is like making me miserable. I have to work a 9-to-5 job. You know, like I hate things like those. You know, or I have no job. That's before. What made you join the business? Okay, again in a very short story. So her story was, as soon as they join the business, they're already told, make your video. That's why everybody, if you go to their event, everybody's like saying something. That's what they're trained. I have to talk something that I can post that I could get people to connect to me. So her story is, we live in Canada and we have very little money, and she was even crying on her old video, okay? And all I want is to have my son attend a private school, but we don't have the money to bring him to private school. So I told my husband, I want to try this business. They're saying make money online. So I want to buy a machine, and my husband doesn't want me. But then I have some savings, and so I joined anyway. I still love my husband, even if she doesn't want me to do the business, but I tried. Okay, so what happened? Well, now I'm a dust tree. In 1 minute, she's got the whole story. We live now in a different floor of a different building that's like beautiful, and they're gonna show it, you know. Life change. See how short in 1 minute, 2 minutes is that framework, you know. You all have the story. Now, it doesn't have even to be really a super story, because your prospects, you just have to be a little ahead of them. Not really way ahead, you know. My story is even like probably not even relatable to some new people. He said, "Oh, Romi can do that, but I can't. I'm different." You know. But if you're just a little bit ahead of them, they'll join you. Then you tell your upline story. Things like that. So things like those, what they learn. So what I'm saying is, pay attention. And this is what I get from a lot of the YouTube videos that I'm doing. The world is really changing now. Okay, this AI thing, you can see a lot of what's called. You can become now. They call a one-person business or solopreneur. Solopreneur. Millionaire or billionaire, solopreneur. You can make $1 billion business now with no employees. You can make millions of dollars, with no. That's exactly what I am right now. I have no employees. Yeah. No employees, no nothing, no worries. But I have a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, so.
You can share, please.
Yeah, remind me if I talk too much.
I'm already into your story, so now I can't remember what you said. So cái frame của ông nghĩa là cái khuôn khổ, cái hệ thống của ông làm đó là mình phải làm những cái video ngắn trong vòng 1 phút, dưới 1 phút để mà mình lúc nãy mình nói là làm sao để lấy mấy cái list, tức là mấy cái người mà mình muốn cái contact list đó. Còn nếu mà mình muốn làm trên online thì cái cách làm là mình dùng những cái video mình đăng lên ngoài kia, đăng lên trên Facebook, thì mình phải giống như là mình cũng hay nói là làm sao để mình kéo những cái người giống như mình, tức là mình phải nói là trước khi mình tham gia vào công việc này thì mình đang làm công việc gì, và mình có thích cái công việc đó hay không. Tức là giống như cái pain point, đúng không? Cái nỗi đau mà cái gì thường mà nếu gặp Vinh mà anh muốn hỏi Vinh đang có cái nỗi đau gì thì anh phải hỏi trực tiếp Vinh, đúng không? Bây giờ mình làm trên Facebook thì giờ làm sao? Thì làm sao mình hỏi từng người được, đúng không? Cho nên mình phải đưa cái nỗi đau thì mình dùng cái story của mình dùng cái của mình, hoặc là mình dùng, nếu mình không có nỗi đau nào thì mình dùng cái nỗi đau của người khác. Ok. Xong rồi bây giờ mình cái thứ ba, cái đó thứ nhất, cái thứ hai là cái nỗi đau. Cái trước mà mình làm cái gì để mà mình, ví dụ như các anh chị muốn lôi cuốn những người cô giáo, thầy giáo, cho nên you think that they should have a target who they want to attract first, so they right, so ông sẽ nói cái phần này, tức là các chị phải biết cái người nào là cái người mà các chị đang muốn thu hút. Giờ ví dụ như các chị đang làm chủ tiệm nail, chủ nhà hàng, hay là cô giáo, thầy giáo, hay là construction, thì tại vì mình cũng là cái ngành đó, cho nên các chị hiểu được cái ngành, đúng không? Các chị sẽ chia sẻ cho người ta biết cái cơ hội, cái nỗi đau của mình, người ta sẽ thông cảm với các chị, đúng không? Người ta sẽ đồng cảm và người thấy cái câu chuyện của mình cũng giống câu chuyện của cái anh này, của cô này. Và bây giờ cái thứ ba là cho thấy cái cuộc sống của các anh chị đã được thỏa mãn. Những cái cô người này là đã lên là Sri và giờ họ đã có một cái sự tự do. Đó là cái cách làm, cái framework, là cái cơ chế của cái công việc làm online là như vậy. Làm những cái video thì nếu mà các anh chị không biết làm những cái video thì phải nên học cái cách làm video. Yes.
Yeah. So when you ask me like who they will attract, that's actually one of the very first training in the online way. You will attract people who are like you know, usually about the same age, maybe the same job, same nationality, you know, same career. So that's what they learn. Okay. So what I'm saying is, okay, maybe after this thing, I'll connect you to the leaders and I'll give you some tips on how to go about maybe really creating an online system that they could plug in, because that's the future. And if you don't do that, the leaders now, you're gonna end up like us, the leaders. I tried with the other leaders that I have, and Remember Daniel Demakali and Bob Gridelli and Eli, those other people about my age, you know?
Yeah.
When I started running around my younger online groups, I told them, okay, but then I realized later it was really impossible. I understand why they didn't listen to me, because it's really like remember I'm telling you, we are all addicted, we are all programmed, okay, with a routine, and we don't want to change, and they don't want to think about it anymore. But I said, yours in the middle, you could still think and adapt to this younger one. You gotta figure it out. That's the next generation, you know. Us, the older ones, we gave up. You're young, you should not give up. Okay, because one time they told me, Eli, then don't post this anywhere, okay? The older ones. They said, okay, Romi, why don't we create an online system like they have, and then we will let our downline sign up, and then I said, and I'm telling you right now also, I said, Eli, Daniel, we cannot do it because we don't know. I mean, how can you create something and we have no online experience? And these other downlines of mine, okay, who created the online platform, there's so many of them now, okay? They brought in their online expertise from outside Enagic. They came into Enagic and they merged it, the Enagic business model and their online thing. I remember in Okinawa, recognizing Matthew Jang. I don't know, everyone heard of Matthew Jang? He became a DAS 3 in like 2 years, I think, or less, like so fast, you know. And then after that, I haven't heard from Matthew Jang anymore. I said, maybe he quit the business. That was 2-3 years ago. I met Matthew Jang again in Okinawa 3 weeks ago at Mr. Oshiro's birthday, March 17th. He is high up already. He's about to become DAS 6.
Wow.
DAS 6. So I asked Matthew, so what platform do you use for your downline? He said, no, I don't have one platform like the other groups, because the other groups have its platform. Okay? He said, I teach the leaders in my group to create their own platform. So there are platforms that could be created where people will hook in. Okay, but again, these younger people knows it. Like, okay, that's Matthew Jang, and then Matthew Jang, we had lunch. He wanted to meet with me, and there was one question in my head that I was asking before that I was afraid that Matthew Jang answered to me, and this is pertinent to our future in the long run within Enagic. I was afraid before because this online group have control over their genealogy, their whole group. So I was afraid that if the leader leaves and starts to go another company, he brings everybody. Okay, for instance, like you came from the Dream Team, right? Okay. Do you know this? Can I translate first?
Nhưng mà cái phần này nó sẽ đi tới chưa có
gì
quan trọng.
Go
ahead, sir.
I think the next point is
Okay, this next one. They sell 6,000 units every single month in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months,
Wow.
It's been like that. About a year ago, I talked to the leaders, Mike and Dan. They told me this is how we do it between everybody. In a given day, we see the whole genealogy. We get 1,200 leads between everybody. Okay, out of 1,200 leads, and that was this was years ago. 1,200 leads. 1,000 of those leads. So these are the people that after the downline post something on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok, that look at me like I'm just hanging out in my backyard with my laptop on my online business. That's what they do, and you can make money. They're gonna have 1,200 leads because that posting, if somebody, they advertise, okay, advertisement is very important to them. That's how you get people to watch. You pay Facebook or YouTube to watch your video. Once they watch the video, you start to wonder, what is it that they're making money on? And then they will get your email and phone number. Okay? And then they send you to their what's called the landing page. Again, the landing page is, I'm making money online. You know? And then they start to, you watch a video. I think you paid 140, must have paid 149, right? You pay 149. And then later it leads you to, I don't even know how to get into them because I did not buy you have to buy a machine to get to that thing. But anyway, that's just one group in my entire group. Okay, Matthew Jang is different, Balas is different, Mike and Darren of Dream Team is different, the New Zealand is different, it's called Online Empire, TF is different, Total Freedom Era, that's different, Australia, okay, so different platforms. Once you go to the landing page, and then you get to the presentation, you watch the Enagic compensation plan now and the explanation of the water, and then you decide you want to buy. Now, what I did was, and this I made my son Jason in San Diego. Now, when you're talking about who you will attract in the online thing, they are taught to attract. You're gonna know what's your, they call it niche, N-I-C-H-E, niche. Okay? See, if I'm 70 years old, I'll probably attract a lot of people like me with long hair and white beard and all, you know? in the online way. You know? If you're a nurse, you attract a lot of nurses. I was in Australia. There's this young lady with a cowboy hat and a cowboy boots, and she's a girl, you know, and she trained. Next thing I know, there's so many ladies like her. They're farm ladies in Australia. They take care of horses, work in a farm. So now she says, like, I'm working my farm, taking care of horses, and I do my side business, this online business, and make money. So she attracts a whole lot of other farm ladies, young farm ladies, and they're there too. Truck drivers, okay. So here's what I'm saying. The world, because of AI, have made a lot of things easier. Let me go back to that leads thing. They get, between everybody, say your whole downline, they get 1,200 leads. This was years ago. In a day, between everybody. 1,000 of those leads, after watching a video, said, no, we're not interested. 1,000. They said 200 would pay. Okay, different groups have different way. The TFE, Total Freedom in Australia, the Online Empire, they pay $99 a month to get into the system. The system is like our Enagic's, what do you call that?
Dream team, back office,
The back office, yeah. I forgot the
EWS.
EWS. Except EWS was created by guys who are not online marketers. Actually, that they themselves cannot go up in rank and sell. So our EWS is an information website. You get all the information, but the mechanics of how you sell online is not there. Now, they're doing something now because my son is with EWS now, putting it together. What happened was I let my son join or see the different platforms, and some 10 years ago, I let my son study online marketing because I enrolled, I paid an online marketer $3,000 to teach me, and then I got lazy and I told my son, why don't you study that? My son Jason. So he was the one who learned online marketing, not me. So now he understands how it works, how to put it together. So I said, Jason, why don't you study the Australian platform and that platform, and you make one for your group and for our group. Now the thing is, my son Jason and the wife, they're really highly Christian. So they wanted their niche to be a Christian businessman. That's a big niche now. But then I found that the problem is there are people who are not Christians also that want to join the business, and they feel like excluded or they're out of place. You know, that's the, I would say, handicap or some challenge in the platform. What my son had. So now I use two platforms. I use my son's platform for my Christian leads, and I use Online Empire of New Zealand. You could use Online Empire. You could sign up there, it's $99 a month, and learn it and copy it, and maybe you have to find somebody younger who knows how to put it together. But like I said, we cannot do it. We cannot do it. Daniel and Eli and myself, I said, we cannot do it. We don't know this technical thing, you know? How to put it together. It's like assembling a car to put the platform. If you can find a younger one and peek into the Online Empire, like connect to me, I'll send you the link. It's $99, you know? And you're gonna see how these young people are doing it. Yeah. Now, because the problem is, with the Dream Team, if you don't buy a machine, you cannot go in it. They want to be part. That's the negative thing there. You know, it's only for them. The Total Freedom era is the same thing. It's $99 a month, but you have to buy a machine from them. The Australian, but I tell you, they're so big. I was in Australia. They rented a yacht. I think for $50,000 for a half a day, and just put their 6As and above in there, and I was with them, and we sailed in Sydney, Australia. And, do you want to translate that? You should let me know.
It's okay.
I keep forgetting it.
Mà không biết là cái này mình có cần nói không Căng, tại vì cái này là ông chuyên về online. Online thì là ông nói là trong cái nhóm online nó tới 3-4 nhóm online, nhóm bên New Zealand, nhóm bên Canada, rồi còn những nhóm khác thì mỗi nhóm nó có một cái cách làm khác nhau. Nó làm khác nhau, nhưng mà nó cũng là một cái cách để đi mình tạo list. Đây cũng là một giống như mình chia sẻ cho những anh chị trong đội nhóm của Cường là cái vấn đề khó khăn nhất là hiện tại mình đang làm đó là mình nói với người ta, mình lấy cái điểm yếu, điểm đau của người ta, nhưng có cái người ta vô người ta vẫn còn bị, nhất là cái tuổi trẻ bây giờ nó rất là sợ đi prospect, đi mời người. Chị đồng ý điểm đó không? Và cái bên online tại sao nó thành công đó là nó nhờ cái điểm đó, là nó nói cái mình không còn cần phải đi làm những cái chuyện như xưa nữa, là mình làm online là tự động nó sẽ tới đến người, cho nên đó là cái lý do chị Sam tham gia vô, đó là lý do Marian tham gia vô. Tuy nhiên vô đó là phải hiểu cách làm, người ta training và phải quảng cáo. Nó có những cách làm traditional, làm organic, để mình lấy như nó cái organic tùy theo cái system của mỗi người, cái số người mà trong cái friend, trong cái nhóm mà bạn của mình là có nhiều hay không. Chứ nếu mà chỉ có 100, 200, 300 người, rốt cuộc nó hết rồi làm sao đây? Thì giờ nó phải quảng cáo thôi. Nó còn quảng cáo làm sao cho nó có đúng mà nó thì đó không biết là nên mình sẽ là cái hướng đó, khi mình sẽ có cái hướng khác, rồi mình vừa kết hợp online và offline, nó phải có cái gì nó ở ngay giữa để mọi người vẫn có thể làm được,
Put it together.
đúng không? Mình có thể mình vẫn có thể hút cái và Khang có thể nói là I was telling them that a lot of people here are very afraid of the online. So the online part where these unsuccessful people here we have, they have to pay a lot of money, but then they don't see the result.
Yeah.
So what can we do? So we, Khang and I, were trying to come up with a way, a neutral way
Yeah.
that can combine both ways. So I think Khang would
Yeah,
have something.
you can combine it. You can combine it. But I think what happens is your experience, and it's probably because also of the age, you know. These younger guys are really like fast. So you give them a platform and it's natural to them, you know. Like I said, us, we're not gonna be as good as this guy. Like I make an example of my 2-year-old grandson who like knows how to play the iPhone. I don't even know how to play what they're playing, you know. But that is natural to them. And here's the thing: the whole society, the world, is changing, getting into that, and there's no going back. This was gonna happen. It will only take 3 to 5 years. A lot of people will be shocked. It's happening now. A lot of people will lose their jobs because this AI thing. Like I could create a movie myself now. Just reading. Like see the Bible movies I put. I just say okay. John chapter 1, 1 to 15. Put it into an app, and then make myself the narrator, and make what's called a B-roll. It will make a video of me narrating it. I actually, in one of the things, they made me one of the apostles on the app, you know. Why is my face there? I'm one of the apostles. And then I said something like I'm 70-year-old. All of a sudden it put wrinkles on my face, and I said, remove the wrinkles, and they remove it again. These apps are like so. But what I'm saying is,
like some video, like some the app, like you just put like a video 5 minutes or like 2 minutes video talk about what, and then just few seconds they can make a video. If you like, you can generate it, and if you don't, you can fix it.
yeah, you
So
can fix it.
now if you just find the right AI,
Yeah, there's so many things now.
and then put the right tone.
Maybe we can learn that.
Because
To make the
yeah,
videos, right?
Yeah,
Can
you just watch a YouTube video on how to make a YouTube video. The YouTube video will teach you everything. That's what I do every day. And here is the thing.
Nhưng mà không sao đâu.
Your value moving forward in society today, okay? The schools are about to become obsolete. Because why would you go to the classroom when everything you learn from the professor is on your cell phone? It's not gonna take long. A lot of courses will disappear. Okay, a lot of jobs will disappear. Uber, they're afraid now that we will call Uber and the car will come and there's no driver, because eventually it's gonna be self-driving cars, you know. Like I don't even go to the groceries anymore. I go DoorDash and delivery. Yeah. I needed more beer. I just go and they deliver the beer.
Can you do that now?
Huh? I actually order eggs and milk. They don't break. They
Drone
come.
delivery now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it.
Drone,
Yeah.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, the whole world is going AI. Okay, including the way we do business. And in 3 to 5 years, it's gonna be like this. Okay. Those who know how to utilize AI, they will be the group of people that they will always find something to do and find a way to make money. And the one who doesn't know how to use the AI, that were removed from their jobs because they don't know, will figure out like how they're gonna survive. It's gonna go like this. I'm already telling my sons, because my grandchildren, most of those people there are like 20-year-old teenager millionaires now because they're making money of everything that, and they're telling on YouTube how they make money. You know? Like I learned how to have 10 million subscribers because my son paid 5,000 to this guy. His name is Michael Taylor, who was teaching pastors in churches. Because many pastors still have a side job, you know. They work Monday to Friday, and then weekends they become preachers and pastors. So Michael Taylor, who is a marketer guy, who turned Christian, he's a young guy. He said, "Oh, I don't want to market products anymore. I just want to market Jesus and the gospel." he just turned like all Jesus, you know. So he said, now he's telling all these pastors, I can show you, leave your job, you know, and I'll show you how to post your preaching on Facebook and on YouTube, and then it becomes content and YouTube will pay you and you don't have to go to jobs. And he's doing it. He's selling the course for $5,000 and pastors really are saying like, yeah, it works for me. I don't work a job anymore. I just post my preaching on YouTube and YouTube pay me, you know. It's doable. That's how I get to have 10 million subscribers. I learned from that thing. But then, like I said, it took me 2 years of learning. You say, okay, in anything, Kangen business, if you want to be a top lawyer, top engineer, top anything, you need 10,000 hours of study on what to become an expert. Okay? Now, when I was young, I was in my 20s, I attended a meeting like this. I was so broke, I don't even have a cell phone. Because I would not pass for a $34 a month credit. My credit was so bad in my 20s, you know. And then I attended a meeting like this in California, on top of a hill overlooking California. The guy had 4 sports car, you know, beautiful house, Olympic-sized pool, and he's a top networker. And I said to myself, when I was broke, one day I'm gonna be like this guy. And now I learned, for me to become like this guy, I had to learn a lot. So I learned from Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn. I have a library here. I probably have a whole library. I have a library. Every time I buy books, I buy 2. One for my library here and one for my library in New York, you know. And then I have an iPad. I probably have 300 books here. I learned when I was young this quote. I would do the most productive thing possible at any given moment. Productive. That's why I was saying, if you're not making it, show me your schedule for yesterday and what you did the other day. And give me a one whole week sample, and I show you why you're not making it. You know?
So the next question could be, so what did you have advice for us? The middle group,
Okay.
do you continue maybe some traditional way of prospecting and show demo?
Yeah, continue
And then-
continue the way you've been doing. Like I said, Dan Nguyen is +7, C is +7, and you're +6 and +5. So your way is working, okay? Your way is working and it's good. Everybody should follow what you're doing. But what I'm saying is, make sure you pay attention for the next generation, okay? Because the only way you would be able to recruit these younger ones, okay, is you know a little bit about it. You don't have to be an expert on it. At least have a system you could lead them to. For instance, I met this young lady in Staten Island. She's the leader of the Filipino group, younger people in the organization. She leads them into Independence Day parade and the town. Name's Crisel, but she's young. So she came to my house in New York. Said, "Oh, what do you do?" Oh, then I told the story of what I do. She's selling coffee from the Philippines. But because she's young, I still did the presentation like the way we did quickly. But then I said, okay, go to my son's online thing. You pay $59. Okay, you can cancel anytime. You're gonna see everything about our business. So she went. She enrolled $59. She watched the videos. The first module are mindset. The second module is our business, the product and the compensation plan. The third module is how do you start your online business. I just sent her there. Next thing she signed up, she bought a trifecta, 10,000. I made $5,000. I thought she was gonna buy one machine. And then she told me, no, Romi, I watched the videos, the trifecta is better. I didn't even have to do anything. Okay, so it's all a numbers game. If you can get people to sign up to a presentation that's ready-made, that's working, that you know people are buying, you can just keep sending people there. But you have to eventually create the platform. Like I said, you might want to join that online empire, see how you do it. Guy's name is Brody Nitro. He's got all tattoo, but he's good. Brody Nitro, I see him at a convention. And this example of how it works. There's a guy, Nathan. Nathan is like, I think a DAS 5. I saw him in Okinawa. Nathan, he's a British guy who went to Thailand, had a girlfriend, had a baby, and then set up, I think a bar or something. Whatever he was doing in Thailand didn't work. So he went back to Great Britain and left the baby and the girlfriend. In Great Britain, he started driving truck. While he was driving truck, Googling, he found make money on the internet. End up with that Brody Nitro's system. He joined, learned online while he's driving the truck. He became a DAS 5. Went back to Thailand. He's enjoying his life in Thailand now again.
So, because tomorrow we start the 8 o'clock. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes. So I could wrap up. Yes.
Bây giờ đại khái mình tóm tắt lại là ông nói là ông khuyên mình nếu mình đang làm những cái gì mình đang làm thành công thì mình cứ tiếp tục làm. Tuy nhiên ông nói là mình vẫn phải lưu tâm đến cái chuyện trong tương lai là những cái thế hệ của mình sẽ giờ đi thì mình sẽ có cái tuổi trẻ nó vô, thì những tuổi trẻ nó vô đây là những cái nó sẽ thích làm và nó sẽ muốn làm, và nếu mình muốn tiếp tục cho nên mình phải hiểu. Tuy nhiên ông nói là mình phải có một cái nền tảng gì đó để mà giống như là mình đang làm theo cái system của mình phải có cái gì đó để mình plug người ta vô, thì giống như những cái câu chuyện của ông nói đó, là cái nền tảng của cái người con trai của ông làm việc với một cái nhóm người nào đó bên New Zealand ấy, thì nó đang rất thành công, người ta vô đó người ta phải trả tiền rồi, mỗi tháng là $59, rồi người ta học cách làm online, thì trong đó mình sẽ phải có những cái cách để mình hướng dẫn người ta làm, rồi người ta mua đồ, người ta coi cái demo, nó coi cái presentation, rồi người ta purchase, tham gia vào công việc này ngay trực tiếp từ trên online luôn. Thì đó thì cái là cũng khuyên là mình nên phải biết để chuẩn bị cho cái thế hệ sau.
Anh bây giờ cái câu cuối cùng hỏi ổng là bây giờ mọi người muốn biết ổng là hồi nãy anh Khoa nói là 1 năm là nhiêu tiền, một cái kho nợ nhiêu tiền rồi xong đi về, rồi như vậy không?
Thôi không hỏi rồi mà.
Nói rõ lại mà ông từng nói chưa hỏi.
Cái đó là vậy mà cái đó là năm rồi, nhưng mà năm nay sẽ rất tình luôn này. Cái
đó là năm nay nhiều
cái lãnh của ông mới vừa rồi chức
cái vừa rồi đúng không?
Yeah, they really want to know, if you don't mind, share with them the actual number that you make in your last quarter's bonus. If you could share.
I make about 350,000 a month. Okay, even if I don't do anything. That's my override from everybody. Just one. I have 350. So that's around about 4 million a year. Yeah. But like I said, I hardly do anything. I just talk like this. or to Zoom.
So that's a single, but how the quarterly?
That's a
What
the quarter is about 80 to 90,000 quarterly.
Quarterly.
Yeah.
Quarterly là khoảng chừng
80 đến 90 ngàn.
And that was when I'm the same 7 as Cynthia.
that's
That's before.
Yeah,
That was
Yes.
but
before.
now different.
Now
Yeah,
different.
Now a lot
Maybe,
different.
Because you
I
level
probably
8
get
now.
more now because
Yes.
now Cynthia becomes
maybe the
unbelievable.
1 million around like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So what's the last ranking that you got? How much you got last ranking? That's it.
800,000
How much
and then the
again?
month is 80,000 extra on top of the 800. Remember it changes,
Yes.
they double it every time. So I got 800,000. Tomo called me and said, Romi, what do you want me to do with your 800,000? I said, put 400,000 on that penthouse I bought from Mr. O. Just send me the other 400. So when the check came, my wife said, how come it's only 400? So I
Bữa ông lãnh thưởng 800 ngàn, bỏ 400 ngàn vô trong cái nhà bên Okinawa, rồi lấy 400 ngàn, nhưng mà mỗi tháng cái tiền mỗi tháng của ông là ít
Không làm
nhất
gì hết.
là 80 ngàn, không có làm gì hết. 80
No, không làm gì hết, đó là 375 ngàn.
370.
Có hồi
Quarter
nãy
đó, điện quarter đó là 8 đến 90 ngàn.
Mình đây một tháng còn hơn một đống tiền đó, mình
Không,
nói
ý
sao
em nói
mà
là cái chức vụ đó từ 80 ngàn trở lên, nhưng mà mình
Cái đó là cái quarter đó.
Quarter.
Tiền quarter.
80 ngàn.
I actually can make
hồi nãy chú
more
nói
money.
là lãnh cái tháng mà được thưởng là 1,2 triệu á. Hồi nãy cô chú có nói 1,2 triệu.
I could make like 400, 450, but because I don't have 8 points, I had nothing on the part, but I could make a whole lot more, like 10% of the 350 is like $35,000 if I work.
Rồi bây giờ mấy anh chị cho vỗ tay xong mình cảm ơn anh đi về nha.
Yeah! Thank you, Mr. Romi! Thank you!
Thank you chú Romi. Wow, một người mà top leader trên toàn cầu 6A12-8, chức vụ cao nhất. Quá trời tiền luôn, tiền vô như thế luôn. Rồi, ai thích vui gia đình Facebook của Sáu Ẩn nha. Cảm ơn 500 em đã thả tim cho Sáu Ẩn nha. Wow, buổi tối rất là thành công rực rỡ. Rồi, quá trời tiền luôn.
Mấy chị ơi, mình dọn dẹp nha.